Oh my God, we are here, and we have a lot to talk about. So let's get the show on the road. Still feeling myself, but it's okay. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Geeking and Drinking. As always, I'm Eddie,
Steven.
and not only do we have a bunch of awesome beer that we're going to be drinking today, we have a lot to talk about. Well, yeah, a lot to talk about. This is episode 52 of Geeking and Drinking, and to get it started right off the back, I mean, we're gonna go full on into the new Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as episode 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that's what you're getting in this episode today. So hope you caught up, because you know us, we don't like to do that non-spoiler stuff. It's not fun. So anyway, to start off the show, well, at least me, I don't know if you ever had this, but this is my first time trying this beer, and I've heard about it for a long time. And this is the Electric Jellyfish Hazy IPA from Pinthouse Pizza in Austin. I've heard so many good things about this place. I've heard the food's good and the beer's even better. This Electric Jellyfish, I've seen people picking up, posting photos of it. And it's never been available here in San Antonio. So finally, I found it, and I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about it. Like you said, a lot of people that we know that are into the craft beer scene as well have been, raving about it, and we finally got it here in San Antonio. I think, unfortunately, the only thing is just the Hazy IPA, which is the Electric Jellyfish, as you mentioned. Cheers, dude, and see how it goes.
Sorry, all right, drink it. It's good. Again, it's a hazy coming in at 6.5, so it's not too crazy.
It is electrifying.
It has a flavor to it. But yeah, Pinthouse Pizza. I mean, I can't wait to go visit and eat some pizza, because I love pizza. I don't know what you want out of that, but I like pizza. So, how you doing? You look tired.
I'm a little tired.
You were asleep about 20 minutes ago.
I was taking a power nap. Leave me alone. No, I'm a little sleepy, but it's whatever. We're here. I'm really excited about the two main things we're going to be talking about in this episode.
Not only that, but all the beer we have. We got a whole ice chest full of beer right here, and none of them are 12-ounce cans. They're all 16 ounces. So it's gonna be good, special. But yeah, definitely. I mean, for those of you who don't know, of our last episode, we, just completely talked about WandaVision. It was just me and you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just me and you. We did a pretty deep dive into WandaVision, and it's kind of weird thinking about it now. Like, man, that felt like so long ago, but it was like 2 weeks ago, and I'm just like,
it was 2 weeks ago.
Just like, man, like I should go back and revisit WandaVision. It's been long enough already. Yeah, but yeah, so we got a whole week of nothing between then and now, and finally
we got a behind the scenes of WandaVision. Yeah, I didn't really watch that.
Yeah, I'd watch some of it, and then we get this week, the big week. I mean, something that's been talked about for years, and literally years, since 2017, 2018.
4 years.
It's been years. It's been years, and we didn't know if it was true. It's been a long ride. It's been a long ride, and we're finally here. We got Zack Snyder's Justice League, #Snyder Cut, whatever you want to call it. But
did you think Jack Snyder's?
Zack Snyder. Jack Snyder.
Yeah, we finally got that. Super excited too that we got a week of, pretty much like a week break of just, I
didn't want it. I didn't
nothing.
I didn't ask for a break.
And also this week that came out this week was the first episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Dude.
Yes.
That I was
even that in itself, like, I'm there watching, I'm just like, man, this is the second Marvel TV show, and I'm already like, first episode, and I'm like, it's just I don't know. I have to pinch myself sometimes. Like I tell you, like is that thing like is this really happening? Like are we really watching a 4-hour Justice League movie? Like yes, you are. Am I really watching Falcon Winter Soldier after watching 9 episodes of Wanda and Vision going through some crazy shit? Yes, you are. Like okay, cool. And I'm all here for it. I mean, we live in crazy times. We live in a society.
We live in.
For spoilers, that line was not in the movie. But okay, so where to begin? Where should
I say because I definitely have a lot to say about the Snyder cut of Justice League.
So I mean, it's 4 hours.
I think I think we can do a small conversation on Falcon Winter Soldier in this first segment, and then second segment just full on Snyder cut Justice League spoilers. So you're being warned ahead of time right now
for both shows.
For both. I mean, there's really not much going on in this first episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and again, we just jumped into it right now. Like, I mean, the whole review at the end. If you want to call that a review, like I wasn't surprised because I knew it was coming. Like they showed some of it in the trailer, and like I knew that was coming. So it was the way it happened or the way it came about shocked me. So I was like, that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, and we don't get any of Falcon and Winter Soldier. We get them separate. I was like, what's to do with that? I thought they were buddies,
Bros.
They were bros, but
hero bros.
And that first scene that opens up, obviously, and Falcon is just, it's just straight action, right away action. You get Falcon going off against some terrorists, which is the same terrorist that was in Winter Soldier, Captain America and Winter Soldier in the boat. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that callback. Like they brought him back, and he's still a badass fighter, and he still survived. And it was a pretty cool sequence. I mean, they're all flying through the sky. They have those little gliding suits, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. It doesn't look like I would expect to see this in a movie, but we're getting it in a show, and that's pretty awesome. I mean, I mean, I liked it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, just in case you don't really know who he's talking about, he's obviously talking about George St. Pierre's character. Yeah. George's Batrock, I think is the name of the character.
But is George St. Pierre like someone like...
He's a UFC fighter.
Okay.
Former UFC fighter. I guess he's retired. I think they were trying to get him back or whatever, but as far as I'm aware of, he's retired.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't fought in a long time. That's for damn sure.
Well, he's kicking ass in Falcon Winter Soldier, I'll tell you that.
Again.
We have to find...
Because he was kicking ass in against Captain America in Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Okay, that goes to my point that I'm about to say right now, that we need to find a better, like, either abbreviation or nickname for this show, because I'm getting really tired already of saying Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I'm just like, wait, there's already been a Winter Soldier, so it's just like... we have to find some like what back. I don't know. But like, yeah, we gotta figure something out. But
TFTWS
sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like
a beer I want to try.
So what'd you think of? I mean, like obviously the first opening. I mean, we didn't get no like cold opening. It just went straight to the the Marvel logo, and then straight into, well, not straight into action, but like just one little scene of him getting ready, some flashback, and then,
yeah, I mean, even then, I mean, like you said, just straight into it. There is no intro, no theme song. Obviously, it's showing Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie's character, the Falcon, getting ready, getting dressed. And you hear like a little callback, of him remembering when he was getting handed the shield from old man Captain America.
Yeah.
And him saying like it's
yours.
It feels like it belongs to someone else, and this and that. So that's kind of pretty much like the premise of the whole first episode.
Well, at least with Sam's kind of like perspective and things, like he's still very much dealing with the fact that Captain America isn't around. And that he just doesn't feel not very much up to the challenge, but he's just like, there's no replacing Steve. Like no one, and I granted he knew Steve different than mostly everybody, like he knew Steve as a friend, as a partner, and like yeah, so he's very much still dealing with that. And I love that, because after the whole action sequence, whatever, you get him kind of giving a what do you call it, like a eulogy or like a speech about Captain America and how like this shield is his, so he kind of like gives it up for like the memorial. He gives it back to the government, which I was like, oh wow, like okay.
I mean, which is weird because like in the trailers, I mean, it just straight up starts off with him like practicing with the shield,
him fucking around with it,
fucking it all up, man. Come on, getting it scratched. Black Panther already scratched it. Ooh, is that little?
Okay, because obviously Black Panther scratched the shield, and then Thanos fucking, and I know that Captain America went back in time and he got his old shield back. I'm just like, doesn't that screw up that guy's timeline? Like,
well, I mean,
that Captain America is fucked now.
Well, it's like, didn't Thor fuck himself over too?
Yeah, with the hammer.
When he got Mjolnir back.
That's true. Like, see, they're missing up the most. They want to blame Wanda. It's all them. But so
fucking men.
So yeah, so he surrenders up to the government, and I was like, okay, cool. And I love that. I love that Don Cheadle was in. I don't know why I wasn't expecting Don Cheadle to show up, but I'm glad that he did because I mean he's still an Avenger for one. Mm-hmm. He's been in the movies since Iron Man 2. He's obviously he's an officer of the government. But like I was just glad to see him, and I remember in that scene in Civil War when him and Sam when they're all kind of discussing the Accords, and him and Sam are like, that's kind of you get their first back and forth together, and now you just get more of them, but they're just casually talking, like, yeah, I was gone for 5 years, my nephews were babies, now they're little men, and they're just like shooting the shit, and I'm just like thinking like, man, like, bro, like Rhodey was here the whole time, Sam wasn't. And like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I love to see certain scenes like scenes of Avengers just interacting, like just not in a battle setting, but just like in a just a real world setting. It kind of brings it kind of grounds the whole thing. Like, and this episode does a really good job at doing that, at making everything grounded. Because the last time we saw these characters, they were defeating Thanos, and burying Tony Stark. They were with everybody. And now they're back to their lives, and they're trying to live their lives as best as they could. And like I said, this episode does a great job because you get introduced to Falcon's sister, his nephews, like you see that he has a life outside of this, and it's not like all fame and glory for superheroes. Like this dude's struggling,
Yeah.
Or at least his sister is, and she doesn't, she doesn't want no help. Like she didn't get blipped away. Like it just you get so much kind of like insight into their daily lives, and
even talking about the blip. I mean, obviously, the Falcon was one of the ones that got blipped, mm-hmm. And it's like, it really affected everything. I mean, because it went on for 5 years. Mm-hmm. People had to cope with it, learn how to, pretty much just deal with it.
They had to go to the grieving,
and the griefs and whatnot, and work around everything, and then for all of a sudden, for everyone just to come back, pretty much, and it's like, oh shit, now we don't have. It was almost like if they didn't have room for them anymore, like,
right? Like I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, you're right. It's crazy.
They kind of mentioned in the show like it kind of fucked up the economy.
Yeah.
And so now it's kind of like weird. And then
they even say in this show because like,
and even for Falcon even saying now we need to find new heroes mm-hmm. to deal with what's going on now.
Yeah, and that kind of opens the door for like a lot, especially because we just got WandaVision. And another thing I'm curious about is what's the timeline here? Like, is this taking place simultaneously that the WandaVision? Because that's what I like to think. Because like they mentioned like, oh yeah, like a couple people disappeared 5 years and came back a few months ago. Like, so this is a few months after the blip. WandaVision was, I would say, a few months after the blip, or maybe even a month after the blip. Like, it was real, like, because even with that Westview, the city was like obviously all run down and stuff. But yeah, so the Falcon stuff, I dug. I was like, okay, this like it's just crazy to see a superhero can't even get alone. Like I was like, all right, that's pretty crazy. That's an interesting perspective to look at a superhero. But another thing that I absolutely love, because Winter Soldier is one of my favorite characters in all the MCU movies. Like, I love him. I love Winter Soldier. I love Civil War because of how much Bucky's, whole arc is included into that storyline of Civil War. Like, it's basically based around him and why Captain America is, why they're fighting. And so, like, and then he kind of, like, goes away for a little while. He gets blipped away, and then he comes back, and he's just kind of like, so it's kind of like, I'd love to see where he's at now, and like, he's obviously like going to therapy, he's having these nightmares, and he's going to therapy, and he's trying to deal with these issues, and he's being sarcastic because he just doesn't know how to do it. And I love all that, but then he says something, he's just, because like the doc is like trying to like just like look, like he goes, look, I'm trying, okay, he goes, I
trying to make amends.
But he's like, I haven't had a chance to breathe. Like, I haven't had a chance to just take everything in. He goes, I had just a small little time in Wakanda, the calm. Remember when he was the white? Like, he goes, I had that small calm Wakanda, and then after that, it was going. He goes, other than that, it was jumping from fight to fight for 90 years. I'm like, God damn, like he's because even they show him sleeping in his apartment. He's on the floor, like, because he's used to that. He's a soldier, like.
Not even just that, but I mean, who knows where they were storing him when they had him frozen? Hydra.
He's all sleeping in the freezer. But like,
it's like, all right, get in your freezer.
Yeah, and like I said, like, he's making amends of like, which I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, you can't do anything illegal, and he's like, I did. And he's like controlling the lady's car. Can't hurt nobody. He punches that guy, and then he's all like, and he had to recite that thing. I'm Bucky Barnes. I'm not the Winter Soldier, and this is my amends. And it's like, oh. But then that takes a quick left turn into like something completely serious, because we obviously in the beginning we get that scene,
a little flashback,
flashback, and I was like kind of confused. I was like, wait, what? I was like, no, this is back then, because he has the silver arm, and it was a flashback of when he was the Winter Soldier carrying out a mission, taking out some targets in the hotel, and he comes across like this innocent bystanders, this young kid, and he's like scared, he just happened to be and they say it, the wrong place and at the wrong time, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't see nobody, and he just shoots him straight up because he's an fucking assassin, and so flashback to we catch up with Bucky now, and he's befriended this elder Asian man, which I thought that he was just like, that was just like a friend from back in the day, because I mean, Bucky is over 100 years old.
Yeah, over 100 years old.
And so like
106.
I was like, oh, he's friends with the old guy. Like, oh, he found someone that he knew from or whatever. Like, and he's able to just like relate to them in a way, because they're just, I mean, might be this close to the same age or whatever. And I was like, oh wow, that's sweet.
Yeah, they talk about playing old games.
Yeah. And then like he gets him, the old guy gets him a date, and what's it called? Like, and he, like, even the old guy, he starts like like kind of like getting like just overcome with emotion, like thinking about his son that died, and he just
because I believe they're in like a sushi restaurant, and like
the red bean,
when the servers puts out a platter out that his son used to got, and that's when we realized, like, oh shit, this was the father of the.
I didn't catch that right away. Did you catch it right away?
I catch it. I mean, when I again, when I first saw when he's arguing with the guy, when the old guy is arguing with the young guy about the trash in the alleyway, and then Bucky Barnes comes in and he's talking to him. My head was like, oh cool, they're
old friend,
kind of like what the veterans from Age of Ultron for Captain America.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's cool. And then like, no, all of a sudden, we get a reality check, like, oh shit, this is him making amends for something that he did.
See, like I didn't catch it. Like I when the guy started having the little like the overcome with emotion, he started crying, or he said he can remember his son. I was like, oh, that's sad. Like his son died, but
yeah,
I didn't put two and two together until later.
I realized it from when he said, they couldn't give me a good answer. All they said was
wrong place,
wrong time.
Again,
I was like, Oh,
I was more thinking of like the kid from Civil War. You know how like the lady's like, "You killed my son." You know, he was there overseas. I was thinking about that. Like, I was like, "Oh, maybe his son died from an Avengers battle." I didn't put two and two. Like, oh, like that scene we just saw was, you know, him remembering killing his son. It wasn't until Bucky
which kind of makes sense of why they put that scene, why they shot a scene like that in
foreshadowing.
there.
You know, but like. It wasn't until Bucky's on the date and the lady's like, "Oh, you know, it's so nice of you that you hang out. You know, you're with him. He's talking to my son. He's like, and he just like, excuse me, and like that part happened, and I was like, whoa, like that's pretty heavy. Like, man, that sucks. And then you know, and then we just go back to Sam. You know, I know and while Bucky's in therapy, we also find out that he's been ignoring Sam's text. You know, probably the only person that ever reaches out to him. You know, and so we go back to Sam, and you know, and he's just, you know, he's kind of trying to figure out things out with his sister, and then his sister turns on TV and it's like, you got to see something. And I think I was like, man, that's a slap in the face. Like, they're like, we needed a new hero. The world has heroes, but we need our American hero. So here is your new Captain America. And like, this motherfucker comes out dressed like Captain America in a weird suit, and he has a shield, and he has your favorite smirk in the world.
I'm sorry, but the actor that they have, I don't know why, I just can't with him. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, like,
and it's funny though, because I didn't realize who it was, because in most of the things other than 22 Jump Street and everything else I've seen him in, he's always got a little big beard or you know, scruff, you know, going on. And you know, in this one, he's like, obviously, you know, Captain America, you know, clean shaved and everything. I was like, ooh, no. And he just looks awkward in that
face
suit.
Looks smashed. But yeah,
it was like if they literally like made him out of mold and they just didn't know what to do with the face, so they just kind of like.
So yeah, I mean, basically that was the whole episode. I mean, yeah, I know there was stuff with terrorists, but I mean, they didn't really give us much other than like they're out there. You know,
and one of them seems to have
like powers,
like the super serum.
Yeah,
he's got super strength.
Yeah, other than that, you know, we didn't really get much. Like, it's just like, oh, they're here and I'm following them, and
which, you know, I'm cool with. And yeah, I know a friend of mine kept asking me, like, because he knows that we do this you know, this show and stuff, and we talk about stuff, and he's like, dude, are we going to get 2 episodes like with WandaVision? I'm like, I don't know, dude. They haven't said anything. I go, I really doubt it. I don't think so. And then come, you know, a few days later, it's like, they never announced anything, so I just straight up told them, I was like, nah, dude, it's just one episode, because they're going to be like almost hour-long episodes.
It was like 40
something, almost 50 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was like 49 minutes. So I saw it and I was like, oh, wow. Couldn't do that for WandaVision?
So I explained it to him, like, well, yeah, I mean, they did it for the last 2, but, I mean, you also got to remember, they're doing their sitcom thing in WandaVision. This one is just going to be straight up just action and
thriller
and stuff like that. So, I'm pretty excited for it. I forget how many episodes we're getting total for this one. Because I know we knew for WandaVision, but that was because a lot of speculation went on with WandaVision and a lot of postponage and stuff like that. But I don't know if because I know WandaVision was only going to be 7 episodes, and they extended it to 2 more to have 9 episodes.
I'm also real eager to, because again, this was supposed to be our first show that we were supposed to get, correct? Because we were supposed to get this in August of last year.
Yeah, because we were supposed to get
Black
Widow.
Yeah.
And then Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to... then the Eternals, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to come out.
So, yeah, but we were supposed to get the show first.
Yeah, the show first, then... Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
then Eternals.
Black Widow was supposed to come out, then right after Black Widow, I think, a week or 2 later, we were supposed to get Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So I'm like real eager to
supposedly there's supposed to be some type of tie-in or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm real eager to see like if like there's gonna be any like remnants of like, oh, that may tie into Black Widow. But I already know that Marvel is pretty ahead of the curve. So they're like, I'm pretty sure they already, you know, did their magic, and it's just like we're not even gonna notice. So
yeah.
But I liked the first episode. You know,
I liked it. Again, I enjoyed it. It was
everything real grounded. I liked it. You know, I was okay with the lesser action of it. You know,
really cinematic.
Cinematic. Oh yeah,
cinematic.
Definitely
Shot. Yeah, I liked it. That's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, but
quick real thing too. I know we didn't really mention too much of it, but again, the beer that we're featuring in this first part of the segment is from Pinthouse in Austin, Texas. It's their Electric Jellyfish Hazy IPA, which comes at 6.5. Dude, it's really good. It's going down pretty. I mean, we're not drinking fast because we're just super excited about the topics again, but it is really going down smooth. I can't wait to try more of their beers if more are going to be coming over to San Antonio again. Right now, they're available in HEBs. You just got to find them. They're not in all HEBs, but there are definitely in a majority of them. Probably like ones that really feature Texas craft beers, like on Blanco.
A little pricey, but you know, it's what it is. What it is. We pay the same amount for beers at the brewery, so it's all right.
Yeah. So
take a quick break. And we are back. Geeking and Drinking episode 52. And for those of you guys who don't know, all our episodes are available on audio. At Spotify, you can find us, or at anchor.com /Geeking and Drinking. And also, you know, of course, our YouTube. But thank you for everybody who's been listening and checking us out. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, I got kind of sidetracked. But yeah, all episodes are available on audio. So you know, you want listen to if you're at the gym or you're at work or you're driving. You know, you don't always have to look at our pretty faces. You could listen to our sexy voices.
Right now, they're looking at your pretty face.
Heyo. I'll stick the finger.
If you kind of see me, fligging around with my phone, we just got some new equipment here,
new camera, new light.
So now hey, look, it's just focused on me. Now it's just focused on Eddie, and now we're together again. Hey, so got some more lights again.
Yeah, it is burning in here.
Can we go a little brighter, or that's as bright as you can get?
It might be a little bit. That's probably as bright as I can go. That's as bright as they go. So yeah, obviously, we were talking about Falcon Winter Soldier, and a good show. We like it, okay, but let's get to the good stuff. We have waited, again, it's been years in the making, for Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, and we all know how we feel at this table about Justice League. I cannot stand that movie. I hate it with every ounce of myself. I just do not like it. It was ugh.
I know he tried when the Snyder Cut trailer came out. He tried watching it.
Yeah, I was like, nope.
Couldn't even get past the beginning of it and
the rooftops. It's just terrible. I don't not like it. Like, it's not ugh. But so obviously, I still remember where I was at when I was on Instagram and I saw the announcement that the Snyder Cut was being released. I was at a barbershop with my son getting our haircuts. I had just dyed my hair. No, wait. I might be lying.
So you don't remember.
Yeah, that's true. Damn. No, it was because HBO just came out. HBO Max came out last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so,
yes.
Damn, I know I was at a barbershop. I don't know when, but I remember the barbershop and I saw it, and it was like Zack Snyder's Justice League, HBO Max, 2021. I was like, oh my God. And so obviously excited. And to be honest, when the trailers were coming out, I was excited, but I wasn't as excited because, a lot of the trailers obviously with the exception of showing us Darkseid and more of Steppenwolf and, how, it looked better. I was like, I'm still just, every time I see these shots, I'm still brought back to the old one. I'm just because some of the shots were used in the older one. So I was like, I just want to see the movie in full, and I wanted, it's 4 hours long. Hopefully it's justified that it's 4 hours long. And I remember the days leading up to it, the reviews are coming out and they're like, it works. People are like, it's 4 hours and it fucking works. So I was like, oh yes. And finally we got it. And I'm sorry. I couldn't wait for you to watch it. I was just I want to come home.
Nah, dude. I mean, I knew, and this is why I told you. Look, dude, go ahead, watch it before me, because I was at work when you were like, I need to watch it because you had the day off, or you had already gotten out of work by then. But I was like, go ahead, watch it. But when we watch it together, no subtitles,
no subbies, bro.
Sorry, man. None of those things. Whatever those words I think they're called, that show up on the bottom of the screen. None of that.
None of those distractions.
So,
but yeah, so like, I got my pen. I was like, okay, and I sat back and but I didn't watch it all in one sitting. Like I paused it when you get something to eat, came back, watched it, paused it again, took a shower, and then I paused it. Like I was just like, okay, like
not me, man.
I'm getting tired for now.
I went straight for it.
But
4 hours.
Even then, pausing it and kind of stepping away for a little while and coming back, like I was like, it just didn't take nothing away from me because I was just like, this is all like I don't know, like it just.
And I guess that's the good part of it,
chapters
being broken up in parts, because you kind of focus on what's going on in that particular part in itself. And I know when the trailer came out, there was nothing about that. It was just like 4-hour movie. Well, at first it was announced like
broken up in parts.
It's gonna be 4 1-hour segments, and then like all of a sudden it was like Snyder's like, no man, I wanted it to be full movie because I also wanted it to be shown in theaters or like IMAX or something like that. I'm not even sure if it did. Did it?
No, not yet.
But either way, and then we got the announcement that okay, it's gonna be broken down into 6 parts.
6 parts.
And we're like, okay, whole movie or like 6 parts? And it's like, no, whole movie, but just 6 parts. So, yeah, so kind of like
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I would say like how Quentin Tarantino does some of his movies.
Which I don't hate. Like I dig that, because I obviously love Quentin Tarantino, and I was like, okay, this works, and yeah, I will admit for a second, when I first started the movie, and like right when you first started, it gives you a disclaimer: this movie is presented in a 3x4 format,
4x3,
a 4x3 format to preserve Zack Snyder's vision, and I was like, oh, it's going to be in that little box. But that did not distract me at all. If anything, it made the movie better for me. And now that I know why, or not exactly know why, but like, because they're like, okay, obviously that main shot at the end where it shows all of them standing on the, standing up on the cliff, whatever. That you get that shot the way it looks because of the way it's shot and the way it's presented in that format. If it's zoomed in, you get a lot of it chopped out. Like people are like, "Oh, I want the whole screen full." Like, no, if you zoom in, you're chopping out a lot of that picture. So that 4x3 format actually shows you a lot more. And if this movie was released in theaters in IMAX, it'll be presented in that same format. But it won't look the same because obviously you're in a bigger screen. It'll look awesome. And I also think too, a reason why it's like that is because the special effects. Obviously, this movie has a lot of special effects and a lot of CGI, and most of it for me works. I know there are some couple of shots where we're like, yeah, but for majority of the film, it worked, and I think because of the way he uses the way he shoots the slow-mos, the zooming in, like all that, the attention to detail. It's enhanced by that 4:3 format, so I'm not mad about that. Were you distracted by it at all?
Not really. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even. I mean, obviously you first notice it when you're first watching the movie, but I mean, literally like 10-15 minutes into the movie, I kind of just forgot about it. Which is like, and I like it because it really kept you focused on the center of attention of everything that was going on.
Yes.
And I was like, that's why I didn't mind it.
That's why, like, I feel like I didn't lose anything. Like, I remember I was watching it, and there was that scene where Steppenwolf first shows up in the Amazon in the temple, and like there's so many things moving. I'm just like, I could see everything right now, like, and I love it because usually even while you're like looking over here, looking at everything, like, no, here, like, it's all there, and I was like, this is fucking awesome, like, I love it. So, I mean, right off the bat, this movie starts off completely different from the other one. The other one started off. The 2017 version started off with the worst type of way you could start off a movie.
Same but different.
Same but different.
It starts off showing Superman, but not in a cell phone.
Oh my god!
So definitely the cell phone scene was the Josh Whedon scene that was just completely taken out.
Stupid.
That was completely taken out.
The mustache, everything about that scene, it's stupid. I mean, like, I could see the mustache, but it's not there. What is wrong with your teeth?
But like even the way his lips look like.
It just looks. I'm just like, why? And like, you know what's funny too? Like when that movie first starts off, the 17 movie, it has that it's shot in the cell phone in portrait mode, you know, and you're just like, ew. But then if you get this one and it's shot in 3:4, you're like, yeah.
It's just because it's Snyder, bro.
But so yeah, like, and obviously this one, just like BVS did with Man of Steel, this one picks up right after the BVS ending, because obviously he gets stabbed, and you know the movie kind of goes off a little bit after that, but then it ends. Same thing with Man of Steel. They're fighting him and Zod, and the BVS starts off with that. You know.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think, like, what are you talking about? I forgot about that. Showing Bruce Wayne's point of view.
Yeah. So then this one, you know, just shows Superman dying and him screaming, and it's a scream heard around the world, and I love that. Oh, and I was like, that's cool. That's tight. The Amazons hear it. The Atlanteans hear it, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Even cyborgs are like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, you know, and obviously because, like, you know, he screams, and the mother boxes are aware of it. They're like, "Oh, time to wake up!" You know, time to get up. And so I like that, you know. And there was a weird part though, where, like, you know, it kept showing, like, right when he screams and everybody's reaction, and then it just jumps right into Bruce Wayne going to find Arthur. You know, he's like, you know, he's like traveling or whatever. I'm like, is this still in the past? It jumped. There's no time mark. You know, like a couple weeks later, you know, it would have helped a little bit, but whatever. I'll forgive it. And you know, so we get a different take on the scene of him finding Aquaman. Kind of the same, but a little more fleshed out, and like now it's you know, put out there that, like, okay, this village speaks a certain language, they don't speak English, and that's why remember in the first one in Josh Whedon's version, he's like, they're talking with Bruce Wayne, he's like out loud just saying, "You're out of your mind, Batman." It was like, there's people around, what are you doing? Like, but in this one, it's like he's saying it because he's like, he knows no one else speaks English. But
yeah.
I mean, doesn't Batman mean the same thing in whatever language they speak? You know, but whatever. I'm nitpicking, but
yeah. But I mean, at the same time, they probably don't know, like, why is he calling him Batman? What does he mean by Batman?
Yeah,
because, you know, they're in a whole other village.
There was that weird part where this. Oh,
yeah, that's what
like.
I was just about to say right now, is like, I could have definitely done without that scene part
that was so
of
weird.
it. I was like, what is going on here? Like, yeah, I just couldn't. I just couldn't with it. And then not only that, but it went on. Like, it just didn't, like, stop. And, like, it kept going on. Like, even
Bruce Wayne even left.
Like, yeah, both characters were gone. And I was like, okay, I get it. You know. Next scene, please.
And then okay, yeah, it goes on, but and then, like, you know, like, you get, like I said, you get more, like, you just get, this movie is,
you know one thing, so right after that scene is obviously the scene where they go into the Bruce Wayne's private plane.
yes.
And one thing that I did notice, because a lot of stuff got cut out, even a lot of dialogue got cut out, and one thing that did get cut out was Jeremy Irons' character Alfred talking about I miss the days of penguins with bombs and stuff like that. Did you notice that they did not mention that at all?
Yes, and I'm glad they didn't because I hate that line so much. It's such a Josh Whedon because even in that scene, Ben Affleck just looks miserable, and you could tell that's a Josh Whedon thing. I was just like, okay, I'm glad they did that, and yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. Real quick, grabbing another beer here.
Surprised you're going for that one. Which one is that one?
The Brutzer.
I'm surprised you're going for that one.
Yeah, that last one.
Got you.
It's getting me pretty good, But this is the Brutzer, and we were at Künstlers earlier, having a couple beers. Shout out Künstlers. Yeah, and so we got one beer. Steven got here. You can crack up a little bit. This one here, and I remember I was reading it on on their beer menu, and I was like, huh. And it's a Brutzer. I think it's Brutzer, and I'll read you what it says on the can. It comes in at 5.2. While we didn't want to brew a seltzer, we did want to enjoy Künstlers craft beer that drinks like one. Is it a hard seltzer? No, not really. But if you enjoy drinking a seltzer, you should give our Brutzer a try. It's actually brewed with real fruit, because who wants to drink the fake fruit? And it tastes so much better than the stuff in the tiny cans. So, seltzer? No, not a seltzer. It is a beer that, in a sense, mimics a seltzer in a way, in a good way.
And even then too, when we asked the gentleman that was serving us, he was like, it's a beer that's brewed to as close as that we want it to get to a seltzer without it being a seltzer.
And one reason why it is kind of like close being seltzer because it is low in calories. So.
Low in calories, very light.
Very light in body, but it is coming out at 5.2, which isn't heavy. But when you look at the way it looks,
but then it's again not heavy, but it's definitely a lot heavier than like a Gauche or
okay, actually, it looks a little darker than I thought it was. Yeah.
Maybe you mean the wrong one. I mean, in the sample glass, it looked a lot lighter.
Yeah, it looked a lot lighter in the sample glass. Hey, but we drink beer in the show, okay? You like seltzer? All good for you, but it's not for me, brah. I'll drink a beer, a Brutzer from Künstlers. I love it there. Dude, they had this pineapple beer. Oh, my God. It was a double IPA with pineapple and Thai chilies. And you could taste like that. You can drink it. I always taste the pineapple, but you could get that subtle hint of the chili. Yeah. And it wasn't like overwhelming, or it wasn't like it didn't overtake the pineapple. It just kind of went down together.
So I'm real curious on how this one's going to come out, because this is not what Eddie's drinking. This is something totally different. This is their Künstlers Brewing My Milkshake. My Milkshake brings on Boston Yard IPA, which is actually a strawberry milkshake IPA, coming at you at a 6.5. Which I'm surprised I'm still drinking IPAs.
Dude. I just remember why we got this one. God damn, that's fucking good.
God damn, man. Damn it.
Like, god damn, that's fucking good.
But damn, dude, look at that. Look at that.
Ooh, that looks beautiful.
Looks pretty. Looks pretty. Damn. Damn. Look at that. Watch this. I'm going to do this. What?
So you got the Stevens Strawberry Milkshake IPA.
Milkshake rings on the bus.
Got the Brutzer, which is not a seltzer, but it is a beer that's low in calories, and it's like flavorful, like so fucking good. I just wish I could take this and just show it to like every non-beer drinker. Drink this, because this is what beer could taste like. You bastard.
Yeah, I mean, we were there at Künstlers. Really good vibes, really good people. Loved that place. Real chill. It was actually a real beautiful day. They had all the doors and patio like a garage looking door open, and it just felt really nice and breezy today. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then where they're located, when the sun goes down, it's like behind it, so it's like you're not even that much.
Oh, just like Black Lab, like when the sun goes down, like the sun does not hit the patio. It's another side, so it's nothing but shade. You're like, yes,
Yes, bro.
I love it. It's not like back on Terra, and you get the sun right on you. But they have good inside seating, so it's all good. But yeah, so you know. So okay, so I mean, what some things that if you want to go off at least the first half of the movie, some things that stood out to you right off the back.
You're gonna have to remind me because right now, I mean, there's a lot of things going through my head, but it's all in different parts.
Okay, so in the beginning we got like a lot more Amazons.
It was okay. What was the title of it? No, thank you.
Don't count on it, Batman.
Don't count on it, Batman Part 1. Obviously the song thing, which is really annoying.
We did get that. Okay, in the 2017 version, we get introduced to Wonder Woman, and she's stopping this bank heist or robbery or whatever it is, and it happens so fast and so uneventful, and she has such a cheesy line, and it's just terrible. In this one, it's set up more, like it's so much fleshed out. We get the entire scene from when they were pulling up to the bank, which when they're driving en route to the bank, it gives me real like Dark Knight vibes with the music and everything. Show up to the bank, and they then obviously like they're not robbing it. They're taking their intention is to kill everybody in the bank, even the kids.
And then within a 4-block radius.
Yeah, like they're just straight gonna blow them up. Like there's no like, oh, we want demands. Like no, like they're, how was it?
Oh my. Oh my.
Can you taste
that was
strawberries?
Ooh. I'm gonna get a close up shot right here.
Ew.
Damn, that is good.
Yeah.
That is damn good beer.
Nice.
And doesn't really taste like a milkshake, but
yeah. So yeah, we get this bank scene more fleshed out. And
I'm sorry, but I don't know what it is about me lately. I've just been in a real strawberry mood lately with beer.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. It started off with the Shiner Blonde, and then the Carbach Blonde, and then
that one that you got me,
the cream one.
Yeah,
there's another one. There you go. This one's apricot and peaches.
Apricot and peaches.
Nice. So what do you think about that scene?
That scene, oh my god, dude. I mean, it still kind of reminded me of the same stuff. I just. I don't know, but I mean, one thing that came out of it was that it was a lot more brutal than the first time.
She threw that dude's head through a wall.
Yeah, she literally threw a guy's head through the wall, and like
you see his blood, Lord.
I mean, I'm assuming it was blood. It was black, but I'm assuming it was blood.
But like. Even this one, like, and there is one scene, and I know why it's put in there, and I have no opposition towards it. The scene where she's like, she tells everybody, okay, get up, it's okay, it's okay, and the little girl's like, can I be like you? She's like, you can be anything you want, so inspirational, for a little girl to hear, and I'm just like, why would they cut that out of the first one? Like, that's like what? Not even 30 seconds of dialogue, and you cut that out like that. That for me at least, and that's because like I'm not a huge fan of one. I love Wonder Woman, but I'm not like diehard fan. But I was like, oh, that's sweet. I like that.
I definitely am not a big fan as well, but I definitely am a big fan of the first one. Did not really care for the second one. I'm sorry, but I mean, it had some good moments in it, but just a little underwhelming.
Yeah, but super underwhelming.
But anyways,
worst
Christmas
ever.
Yeah, I mean, there were just like some little subtle things like that. That's like, why would you take stuff out of there like that? And then some even big like pinnacle moments too. Like that was like, why would you take that out? Like,
yeah, dude. Like, I didn't know we had Cyborg's mom in the movie. I'm like, God damn, they shot scenes with the mom.
I mean, I know in the trailer when we first got the trailer back in 2017. Or 2016, whenever the trailer first came out, because the movie came out in 2017.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like they show Cyborg, playing football. So we thought we were gonna get some type of backstory to that, because obviously in BVS it was when she's looking at the videos of the metahumans. It's like you see Cyborg, becoming Cyborg,
and I love that. I love that we still get that scene. More like just like fleshed out. Like.
So I got a little bit more to say, but I just need to take a quick break. So we'll be right back. And we are back. We are back. Yeah, man. So, Justice League Snyder cut. Let's get back into it. Zack Snyder's Justice League, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, dude. This is probably one of the I don't know, dude. Probably one of the best DC movies I've seen so far.
I'll agree with that. I think because like I said, I remember when Man of Steel came out, and then when we started getting the teases for Batman v Superman. And during that time too, when we were getting Batman v Superman, we got teasers for the first tease. I had to really stress that the first tease for Suicide Squad, because that was the best trailer. Probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen. The movie, didn't really live up to expectation. And with BBS, I was like, okay, like I liked it, but I could recognize its flaws. And so, but I just remember thinking like how much potential this universe had, and then when we got Justice League, I was so let down. I was just like, I think that's why I hate it so much, because I was just like, there was so much potential going in, and they just ran it right into the ground. And then we get this one, and like it's just like, oh, like everything that I wanted from a Justice League movie. Well, not everything, but.
Kind of what you were hoping to get from a Justice League movie
is what we got in this one. I'm just like, and the whole thing, people are like complaining like, oh, it's 4 hours long. I'm just like, that's why it's on streaming.
Which is weird. Like, why were people complaining? I know some people they weren't really complaining, but they were just like, dude, it's 4 hours long. Like, I know, like at work we were talking like, are you gonna watch it straight through? Are you gonna watch it in like half of it and then another half and later? I'm like, no, dude, I'm gonna like just go with it straight through.
I think, and the thing too is that like, so I was listening to a podcast and someone made a good point. Back when WandaVision was still coming out week by week, people were like, just give us the whole season. Like they wanted to stream 9 episodes. Almost, I would say about more than 4 hours at least of content if you give WandaVision a whole watch from beginning to end. Because most episodes are 30 minutes long, but it's 9 episodes, so. It
was like about 5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah, so people were like, "Oh, I want that," and and people have binge stuff before, like like Netflix has given us the.
Well, dude, I've binged Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like people have binge stuff, so like don't come at me with this. Oh, it's so long. Like
the Marvel shows, Daredevil,
yeah. And those ran on for more than what they should have. They're still good, but they definitely. 13 episodes is nah, don't do that. But like so it's the whole like length thing. Like if you're not behind it from the beginning, then just, and my advice to you is don't even bother. Don't bother, because if that's gonna be a complaint for you, I think that's such a shitty and such a bullshit excuse for a complaint for about a movie. Like. And granted, like, I know not everybody thinks about it the way we think about it, like, because the way we think about it is like, okay, look, this director had a certain vision for a movie, and unfortunately, due to circumstance, a family tragedy, and then him just getting removed by the studio because they wanted a lighter tone, like, there's a reason why he hasn't watched that movie from 2017, and he hasn't watched it. Even Christopher Nolan and his wife watched it and told him like, don't watch it because it's gonna break your heart, and it broke a lot of people's hearts. And so for him to get this second chance, and it also kind of parallels with
not only just get a second chance, but get a second chance to do it his way originally.
originally, and then like they give him room to like put more in, like, you know, because they gave a $700 million budget.
They gave him a ton of money to fucking do this thing.
And when I listened to a podcast earlier, and they said money well spent. You know, like you, goddamn, like, and you know, and there was a line in the movie where Superman was talking to Lois. And he's just like, look, like, you know, I know the first time around, you know, people, you know, and I kind of think it speaks to more than just a film. You know, first time around, people just didn't really care about Superman and all that stuff, you know, and like, you know, now, you know, like he dies, he comes back, he has a second chance. And in a way, I think that's kind of also speaking to what Zack Snyder's going through. You know, like, you know, people weren't always behind his view for the movie. And, you know, we got this other shitty movie. And, you know, we kind of, like, learn more about what happened with Zack Snyder and his family. And just, like, so now, like, he has second chance. And, like, it just makes me so happy that he was able to, like, give us that full vision that he had. And for it to just be awesome. Like, you know, I think that's, like, the most satisfying thing is that, like, thank God this thing is awesome. Because if it sucked, then, I don't even want to think about that. But it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna agree with that for 100%. I mean, you know me too. I mean, because what was it that came out? And I had high expectations for it, and I just got shot down. The Rise of Skywalker. I was so hyped up for it, because I was like, yes, we're getting J.J. Abrams back. He's gonna fix this, even though it's the last one. And God, it made me appreciate The Last Jedi a lot more. And so that's why I was real skeptical when you know, Snyder Cut's gonna come out, and I'm like, okay, cool, you know, but I mean, is it worth? I mean, I was questioning it a lot. Yeah. I mean, is it worth it? Like, I mean, what's gonna end up happening anyways?
And then like people are like, they're adding so many characters, like Deathstroke, Joker, like who else is coming back? I'm just like, chill.
Chill. Just chill.
And then we also get, you know, probably one of the biggest reveals in movies. Like, and I know I know.
But again, you know, I was just real skeptical on it, and you know, even after watching the first trailer, I was like, oh, okay, yes, okay, all right, I'm getting on board with it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, especially, you know, they tease Darkseid a lot, which, you know, I hope people are not going to be bitching about that. Like, the whole Joker thing in Suicide Squad.
What do you mean?
Because, like, how Joker was featured in, like, heavily featured in the Suicide Squad trailer, but didn't have much in the actual movie.
So you think people are going to complain about Darkseid for this one?
You know, Darkseid had a heavy presence in the trailers and was... 4 hours and I would say less than 30 minutes of Darkseid in the whole movie.
Yeah, and
I'm good with that.
Exactly. Like I'm super happy with the
why give your big bad away
so easily.
Yeah,
and like this kind of it opens up the door, like because that last scene of like, you know, like it's just him looking back at them and just like, fuck, you know, like, and that was so awesome, like. Like, again, it's just one of those things, too, where I have to, like, pinch myself. Like, I'm actually watching Darkseid on screen right now. Like, holy shit. Is that Granny Goodness behind him? You know, like,
what the hell, dude?
What the fuck?
But, yes. So, many praises to this movie. There was so many good things about it. Some things I was just still not on board with.
All right, let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, let me get in that beer. Let me get me one of those milkshakes. I'm putting it in the ice.
Steppenwolf definitely really downplayed in this movie. I feel because he's really just now he's not the main villain from what we got in the original Justice League. Still not satisfied with the way he looked either. In either one. I'm not that truly satisfied, because there were some times like when you see him and he's got puppy dog eyes, bro, and I'm like, what the fuck? I feel sorry for him, but he's the bad guy.
He does get puppy dog eyes. He's here. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, here's a treat.
Oh, his horn is off, you know, like.
And
wow, so you still not on board with Steppenwolf?
No, because
Even the whole arc of him being a traitor.
In the Whedon Justice League, they made him, like he's this all powerful, being. But
Mother,
I would have kind of loved for him to get to kind of stay a little bit more powerful, but he just seemed a little bit more weaker in this one because he was really trying so hard to get on the good side of Darkseid.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll side with you on that. Like he is, because in the first
his motive is a lot.
In the first version, in Whedon's version, like he was obviously going toe to toe with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and in both versions, when Superman shows up, he's toast. Yeah. But I get what you're saying, because in this one, like they're actually holding their own against him, and yeah, I get that. But at the same time, like I think he looked better. I think he sounded better.
Definitely sounded better. I'm still not aboard with the way he looks.
Even the part with the arrows, with the Amazons that shot the arrows, he's like just flexes. And
that's cool. That was cool. But
then the part where where Darkseid shows up and he's like, he gets all scared and all his fucking armor kind of like shrinks away.
Puppy dog.
Yeah,
puppy dog.
Yes. He's like, he's like a little chihuahua. Yeah,
it's like the way Jax gets when I come up.
Nah, Jax is probably more tougher than Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
But
he'll actually attack. But no, dude. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I still have. Okay, that's probably like my biggest beef. It's just Steppenwolf. He just was. He's a good character in the comics, and just not a good character in both versions of Justice League, in my opinion. I would have loved that. Yes, he was trying to get back on
Darkseid's
good side.
Darks.
Trying to
there was a podcast
trying to please him, please Darkseid for betraying him and for whatever he did for his treasons, but do it a little bit more manlier, dude. Come on, bro. Like, he came off fucking
badass with the Amazons.
Yeah, with the Amazons, and then after that, it was just kind of like, meh.
Yeah. They kind of like talked down to him a lot, like, you stupid, you fucker. Yeah, I get that. But also
the Amazons could just use like newspapers and whack them on the nose, dude. And it's like, come on, dude. I'm telling you, those eyes, dude. I just have a problem with those eyes.
The eyes.
It's only the eyes, bro.
Okay, all right. I think that's one thing we'll disagree on, because I actually liked them. I liked them in this movie. I hated them in the other one. I hated him.
Yeah, I definitely did not like him.
Mother is calling.
And
shut up.
He was over dramatic, and the other one he was super over dramatic.
Oh hell yeah,
super over dramatic.
Oh yeah, I did not like it.
He came out again with the Amazons. He came out with the intentions of being a fucking badass, but then just I don't know, dude, was like out of nowhere, just it's too dramatic for me, bro.
Okay, all right. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that didn't work for me. I'm still not 100%. I don't know.
Camera's on you, bro. It's your time to shine.
In the beginning, when the Flash was first introduced, and I'm not talking about when he saves Iris West, which is an amazing scene, but like the whole scene with him and Batman where he's eating the carbs and he's just like, oh, this is Speed Force. And like, I hated that scene in the first one, and still having this one, like, but again, like in the Whedon version at the end, like they have him saving that family, and he's like, he's just like bye in Russian or whatever. I'm just like, yeah,
however he says it.
I hate that, and I'm so glad they got rid of it. And in this one, he's obviously doing more, and it's also to set up his movie, because he's like he's displaying his powers, like that, like his fucking powers,
full power.
And I love that. I just hated the little dialogue he would throw in there. Hey, Dad, just want you to know that your son was one of them. Make your own future. Make your own past. Like, okay, all right, calm down. All right, leave the inspirational talk to Gal Gadot. And for those who don't choke women, like, And I still can't get past that. I still cannot get past that.
I know. I mean, that's in his private life. I mean, I'm not that I'm condoning it.
No,
I'm not condoning it.
The Flash character itself, I love, and in this movie, I like. It's just so hard for me to like not separate the art from the artist, but just like, I don't know. There's just something about it. I'm just like, and
in the fact too that he's still cast as Barry Allen.
Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, I'm really trying to think of something that I like, because man, you not liking Steppenwolf, that's a big thing. I didn't know that. That's a big thing. That's a big thing, because that's been something that a lot of people have loved. I
will give the fact that two characters that really redeemed themselves, maybe even three. I mean, because we've already gotten Superman from Man of Steel. We've already gotten Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman. We've gotten Batman from BVS. Which, one thing, I'm going to just say it right now. Ben Affleck, best Batman.
Ooh.
Not the best Batman, but best Batman over Christian Bale, in my opinion. He really redeemed the character in this version, because obviously he was like a fucking badass in BVS, and then when the Josh Whedon version came out, he was a little fucking pussy. And
I hate it.
Excuse my language, I didn't mean to say that, but
I hate it. All of it.
I did not like that version. And then in this one, he's standing. I mean, in that one scene when they bring Superman back, he's like standing toe to toe with them again.
The gauntlets.
The
gauntlets.
And
that
was badass.
Not only that, but there was that one scene where at the end where they're like already going to Steppenwolf, and he's in the Batman, he's shooting, he's taking out a tower, and his car crashes, and he injects out, and then like he injects out, but he shoots a grappling, and he starts swinging. I'm like, yes, like we're getting Batman kicking some fucking ass, like hell yeah, he's getting the guns and shooting the fucking aliens. I'm like, yes, dude, this is what I fucking love. Like, oh, it was so bad. I love seeing him flying around like that. I'm like, oh yes, I loved it so much. I know one thing that you kind of didn't like in the original in the 17 one, which I didn't really like either, but I guess I'm more forgiving about it, was the whole underwater bubble thing where the way they talk with Aquaman and Mera. You still not a fan of it?
No.
Nah. What about William Dafoe?
He looked weird in this one.
That's what everybody's saying. They're like, I love William Dafoe. I love that he's in this movie, but damn, that wig looks weird.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But
take up your mother's credit.
So, anyways, so obviously, with Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, they created those characters. They built those characters to what they were and what they are and what people could appreciate them for. This was the first time that we actually got Aquaman, Cyborg, and the Flash. And in the Whedon version, oh my god, they were the worst characters ever. I mean, you got emo Cyborg, being all depressed and stuff because of what happened to him. I mean, but which is just understandable why he would feel, kind of like depressed and stuff, but they didn't explain why he was like, and why he
like
felt
why
that
he
way.
hated
Why he hated
his dad.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. The whole dad thing, I was like, oh wow.
So for them to actually show that backstory really redeemed that character a lot. Aquaman too, I just did not like his cowboy-esque, I guess you can say, his outlaw kind of Lone Ranger type of my man. Oh yeah,
I still love
and the one line that I told you that I was so glad they took out that that I mentioned to you was like, so you really do dress like a bat. I dig it. It's like ugh.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
But I still love that scene at the end, the final battle where they're fighting the parademons. And he's going through the air, and he's killing all of them, and he kills that one, and he's surfing that one. I'm like, yes, I'm so
pretty badass.
I'm so glad they kept that scene. And I'm like, and I remember earlier I was watching that show my son, because my son loves Aquaman. I was like, look at this part, he's gonna surf. He's like, whoa! I was like, yo, I love it.
Yeah, I still appreciate that scene very much. And but again, they really washed him. They really washed down Aquaman in the Whedon version. And this one, he comes out more badass, more like, you know, I hate the Atlanteans, and you know, but I'm gonna, you know, do what I gotta do, and you know, to become what he was gonna become in Aquaman, you know, to become the king.
It is. That's fucking good. It was a little weird for me because I've already seen Aquaman twice, so I know he becomes king. So I'm just like, this one's like, he's back to that. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm just like, okay, you have to like kind of like forget what you know in a way, and like, okay, like, you know, he's back to that way.
All right, okay, cool. Now the other thing is, I really do appreciate what they did with the Flash in this one so much. They really redeemed the character. The Flash has always been one of my favorite characters in the DC comics. I used to watch the original Flash series, and then when the new one came out and CW, I was a big fan of it. Obviously, I haven't really kept up with it since then. But
I feel like that thing just went and it's gone.
But yeah, and so when we were actually going to get a Flash in, you know, the big screen, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then when I saw the Whedon version, I was just like, really? Like, this is not who the Flash is. This is not him. And I go, and first of all, we already got this scared, you know, I don't know what my limits of my powers are, Flash in the CW one. Why do we need it on the big screen? We don't need it. We need the Flash that
knows what he's doing.
Knows the limits of his powers.
What he does.
What he can and cannot do, or what he can and should not do. And the cockiness, you know, like he's not like, you know, kind of like how Spider-Man got developed.
There's that one scene where they're going over their plan, and like Wonder Woman's all like, so Barry's gonna help Victor with the recharge, and Aquaman's like, how's he gonna do that? He goes, with the love of my heart, or something like that, or like with the love in my heart, and they're like, Barry, and he's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it current. Like that reminds me of, like, you know, like the cartoons, you know, like how Flash is always like, you know, he's like,
got those zings.
Yeah, he got those zingers.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, he kind of like the way Spider-Man. You know, before Spider-Man got his powers, he was shy, you know, weak, and you know, didn't know how to talk to people. Was awkward. Got his powers, and when he's Spider-Man, his alter ego is just like, he's got those zings in him, and you know, those one-liners and stuff like that, and you know, kind of little cockiness to him. Yeah. And that's the Flash that I want, you know, that because he loves the fact that he's fast, that he, you know, he can move around in pretty much like the speed of light. Yeah. So yeah, that's that was one thing that was really excited for, that we got that we got this version of the Flash, and not the one that we got in the Whedon, where it's like, guys, I have like, I don't do well with bugs. It's like,
yeah. But I will say, like, I as much as I hate that line, I do like that line where Batman's like, just save one, like his little mentoring. But again, like, it wasn't in Zack Snyder's version, and I'm okay with it. You know, it's like, yeah, I like that from the other version, but I'm like, okay, it's not here, so okay, cool, you know, whatever. And I like
the other one that you mentioned too, with him falling on top of Wonder Woman, and like
that was definitely weird, because there's always been reports that like Gal Gadot didn't want to do that scene, so they had her double come in and do that scene. It wasn't her. She was like, nope, I'm not doing that, and it's just like, good for you, you know, like. Fucking Josh Whedon, like, man, you made such a good movie with Age of Ultron and Avengers. Why you could be such a dick for? You know?
Yeah, it's like, don't get cocky now, bro.
Yeah, like,
I mean, Age of Ultron is probably one of my favorite Avengers movies, but it's not the best either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true that. So yeah, okay, well, you know, something I really want to get into with you. How much time do we have? Oh, okay. Well, we'll get into it in another half, but just to go over some stuff right now. But,
so okay, I want to get your opinion on this. How did you feel about those character developments and you know, did they get to reprise their roles a lot better
one thing that I've heard from a lot of, again, I listen to a lot of reviews and a lot of like movie, pundits, and what they thought about movies. And one thing that everybody had always said, even before the movie released, because they got early screeners, they would say like the team up at the end feels earned this time. And I remember,
I can see that it definitely did feel forced.
I remember in the first one, like at the end where they're all standing on the cliff, I'm just like, okay, this is cool, but I'm just like, why am I not happy about this? Like, and this one, watching, I even told you earlier, like, every time I watch this, I'm just like, wow, okay, like, you see them, and I just feel like, yes, like, because, like, they go through every single character, and then, like, it's just like, okay, we got Flash's thing, we got Cyborg's thing, we got, Aquaman's, we know Batman's, Wonder Woman, and I'm just like,
Cyborg didn't say his booyah. Yeah.
That was a Whedon thing. Yeah. And which, again, I'm okay that it's not involved, but that was probably one of my favorite things. And the other one, I'm like, okay, I like that because my son used to watch Teen Titans Go and he'd always say booyah, So I thought that was cool. But no, like with the character development in this one, like I said, this movie takes what was fucking like something small and just like spread it out into where it makes sense, and like
it didn't condense everything.
Yeah, just like the same way with the BVS, the theatrical versus the director's cut, which is 3 hours long. Like that one with just a few extra scenes, it's more fleshed out, and I'm just like, okay, the movie's still the movie, but it's still like it's better in a way, and this one is better. But 10 times over because like it's and some people were like, oh, it's the same movie. No, it's a completely different. It is a completely different movie. And like I love that we took the time with all these characters. They deserve it, and I know this is kind of like as a fan, it's kind of dumb to say, but I just feel like we deserve it too, and maybe we don't, but I'm just like, I'm glad that we got it. I'm grateful we got it, and
I mean, I know when the day it came out, a lot of people were giving so much praise to it. I mean, you had the Russos, supporting it, and telling Josh Whedon, we're glad that your version finally came out, and we're happy to watch this with and as fans and stuff like that. And I know other people were also posting on social media as well, as like it's pretty much kind of the same thing. We're glad your version's out. That you got to express your
show us your true vision.
Show us your vision of these characters and this and that, and like everyone was just giving Snyder so much praise for it.
As of now, this movie sits at a 74 at a fresh Rotten Tomatoes score, which I know you don't really give too much mind, but I think that kind of speaks to just like how good the movie is. Like it's a 74, and the other one, I don't even think BVS is up that high. BVS is still rotten. This one, like it's that kind of shows you like. People recognize a bad movie
when it probably went down even more.
Yeah, people recognize a bad movie when they see it. And in 2017, we saw a bad movie. We saw a movie that was not just supposed to be something,
and not just a bad movie, but a movie that we thought we were gonna get that we didn't get.
Yeah, and just got chopped to bits. And then for years later, for us to like kind of like realize the whole situation, like his daughter unfortunately passed away. The studio kicked them off. Josh Whedon came in and just raised hell and just being a dick to everybody. And just like to get this, and then like it's just like,
and I know with Marvel, with the MCU, they have their formula of shooting stuff and putting in comedic things and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be like that with DC.
Yeah,
and we'll jump that into a little bit more, once we come back. So take a little break.
And we are back for what's hopefully going to be our last little segment on this spoiler heavy just episode of Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as Falcon Winter Soldier. I'm thinking about Black Widow. Oh boy.
I don't want to talk about Black Widow. They should just release it already.
Yeah, it's still up in the air.
I don't even think people even care anymore now.
Dude, I was driving by the old theater I used to live by in Northwest 14. It's open.
Yeah, the theaters are open.
I was like, but I can't talk shit because I mean where we're today, you know. It's like how different is that?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's a stupid thing.
It's so hard. I mean,
fuck you, COVID.
Yeah, fuck you, pandemic.
So if you, I mean, yeah, obviously not just join us, but just to give you a recap, we are enjoying several different fucking beers, and they're all great. I'm just finishing off my last, from my can at least, from Künstlers Brewing, my milkshake strawberry.
My milkshake brings all the buzz to the young.
It's my milkshake IPA. It's a strawberry milkshake IPA, coming at a reasonable 6.5, which is, you know, not bad. What do you got over there, Steven?
So I'm drinking the one I'm not drinking it yet, but I'm gonna be drinking the one that you had earlier, the Brutzer. Coming at you at
it's not a seltzer.
5.2. It is not a seltzer. It is as close as to a seltzer that they'll get, but it's not.
It's low calorie.
It's still a beer.
Refreshing beer, bitches.
And then at the beginning of the episode, we were enjoying a new one. That finally came here to San Antonio from Pinthouse in Austin, Texas. The electric Jellyfish. Hazy IPA, which is coming at you at a 6.5.
Yeah, same thing as a milkshake, but two different beers. Oh, they're so fucking good. And this milkshake thing, dude, is really good. I can't wait for you to finish out so you can drink that Brutzer. Yeah. So you can be surprised, because man, that is delicious. We drink these beers in the show not just for our, obviously enjoyment, but for you guys, we want to let you guys know about these beers, because these breweries brew these beers.
Especially if you are a beer drinker.
Yeah, and we didn't know that Künstlers had these two beers on tap today. We were just like, should we go to the brewery? Yeah. So I looked up the list, and we're like, oh, there's a milkshake. All right, let's go check it out. And we were there, and that's when Steven learned about the Brutzer, and we were like, all right, let's get it. And dude, I honestly, I cannot with that beer. It's so good. And that's why we drink these beers, and we give you the names and everything. There's information in the description with the links to the websites, so you guys can check them out. I mean, I really hope you guys are really checking these beers out, because they're really, really good. And we know these breweries, put in their blood, sweat, and tears for brewing these beers, and
not just all the hard work, sweat, and tears, but their love too. The love for brewing.
I love that shirt, dude. Look at that.
Look at that.
The hops. Look at that. Save Texas breweries. Let's do it. We're all about the local here, man. So guys, just even if it's not these beers, check out the breweries. Pinthouse. I know they sell pizza. Go just check them out. Support them. Künstlers, they have food. Just. If you're looking for a cool spot that's not Burleson, you suck. Just check out a brewery, man.
And that's what I was about to say. It's one thing that's different from bars and actual breweries, is that the environment, the communication, the community, and the friendliness too. One of our favorite spots is Alamo Beer Company. We've featured a show there. It was our third or fourth show.
Dude, oh shit. We peaked pretty early.
And we love those guys over there, and they know us, and they treat us like family, dude. They talk to us, and they're always telling us about the new stuff that's coming out, and I know we're gonna try connect back with them again, and see what's going on, especially during this whole pandemic. Yeah. And just kind of just see what's been happening and what they're doing and how they're working around everything. And and what I was gonna say, the difference between a brewery and a beer is you go there and you ask them something and they'll explain it to you and give you
Same thing what happened with this.
Like details, you know. I was like Brutzer, and Eddie kind of mentioned it earlier. I mean, you kind of mentioned it earlier. You know, it was like
I think it's a spritzer.
I think it's like their version of a seltzer, but it's not a seltzer.
Yeah, seltzer.
And I was like, okay. So then I asked the guy.
He's like, it's not a seltzer.
He's like first, like right out the way, he's like, it's a beer.
It's a beer.
But not in a mean way. But he's like, it is a beer. It is a beer. I was like, okay, cool. But you know, and the way he explained it, I loved it. Is like, but it is our version of, or our way of getting as close to a seltzer without it being a seltzer.
Speaking of that, why don't you give yourself a little refresher right now? You know, I want to just.
This one actually looks a lot lighter than the one you had earlier.
I mean, it's good though. It does.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's fucking good, dude.
You know, and you go to a bar, you know, even if they serve like craft beer, and you ask them something, they just don't know. I mean, they're just like, I think it's this, and yeah. So do you want it? It's like, yeah, I guess. Go ahead.
And then the taps on it even clean, and it's gross. And, but yeah, guys. I mean, like I said, like you know, this is why we introduce these beers at the beginning of every show, and you know, if you ever read the description, they're down below with links to the websites, you know, just to check out the brewery or you know, check out their Instagram, whatever. But yeah, I mean, just I guess again, check it out. I mean, that's kind of what I mean. Just do it. So. Obviously, you know, we've been talking about Justice League for a while. I mean, it's no surprise that me and Steven love this movie. I know Steven had a big issue with it.
I thought it was okay.
No, so I know there's one thing that you really stuck out to you. So let's get.
Shit, I think that stuck out with a lot of people.
Let's get to the epilogue, which is the final.
Oh,
I guess.
Okay, yeah, that. Oh, actually, okay. Before that,
okay, all right.
One thing I was just kind of, and I hope you're gonna post this on our Instagram or at least on our stories. Was my reaction to it.
Well, okay. You know what? No, what we're gonna do, because I mean I have it, so I'm gonna send it to you. So guys, right now, is Steven reacting to a pivotal scene in the movie. So let's roll it right now.
Oh shit! Oh snap! Oh my God!
You won't reach you too close.
Oh, I can't believe it! Oh wow! Yes!
Well, I mean, if you're not familiar with it,
dude,
it was a scene.
I'm still in like, dude, like really, like, dude,
Because did you watch the last trailer?
No,
You didn't watch the last trailer because
and you asked me that before I started watching the movie. You go, did you see the last trailer? I was like, no. I go and the reason why I didn't is because like I was about to, and I was like, no, because I don't want to know anything more. I don't want to know if anything else is coming out. I want to be surprised with this because I've been let down so many times with so many movies.
Did I spoil it for you? Because I remember I sent something in a message in our messages.
Because no.
You're like, nah.
No, because the way I read my messages, I just kind of like, whatever. Like, it just goes beyond my head. I'm like,
I'm the same way. It's okay. I'm just glad to spoil it because I remember I even said, they teased Martian Manhunter because in the trailer.
Well, no. Okay, so we kind of mentioned that in the Batman trailer because you know how he did individual trailers for each character.
Yeah.
And the first one that came out was the Batman one, and you're like,
and you could hear him.
And you're like, dude, you can hear Martian Manhunter, and I was like, yeah, I think I did hear him, and then we watched it again. We're like, oh yeah, that's him, the actor.
Yes.
And
I like you, I finally realized I have a stake in this world, and I'm ready to fight for it. I'm like, oh. So so in the last trailer, we get just a quick glance of Martha Kent outside of Lois's door, and her eyes glow red. And I remember everybody was freaking out So the whole movie, I'm like watching. I'm like,
see, so I'm glad I did not see that because, that's why I was like, no fucking way.
I was
no
glad that I
shit.
got, because I remember, even then, like when I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh shit, is that really him? Because that was like the storyboard thing that Zack Snyder had released that Martha Kent turns into Martian Manhunter. So when I saw in the trailer, I'm like, oh god, like they're gonna tease him. That's what I thought. They're gonna tease him. I didn't fucking know they were gonna fucking show him. I was like you. I was sitting there, I was watching, like, okay, here's the part. Here's her eyes. Wait, is that his cape? Wait, what the fuck? I was like, no way. And yeah, and like same thing with you when you were like, oh shit. You're like, oh shit. I was like, yes. I was like, I had to get your reaction because I didn't know if you knew about it. And I was like, I'm so glad I got your reaction.
And to be honest with you, I mean, yeah, I remember we talked about it with the Batman trailer, but I totally forgot about it. Like, Like,
I was just super stoked for it, man. Like, that was, wow. It kind of took away from the conversation, like that Lois had with Martha, because that was a pretty deep conversation. And it's just like, really? An imposter was listening on?
fuck, dude, this is so fucking good.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that was probably one of the biggest reveals in this movie when we get Martian Manhunter. Like, I remember when the 2017 came out, we're like, oh, Green Lantern, there's a lantern, oh my god, lantern, and this one we're like, oh, there's a lantern. Okay, we already know about this. Fucking Martian Manhunter, like, like what the fuck? It was awesome. But fast forward the movie, blah 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 blah. We love it. We get the epilogue, and obviously it's like the ending of, like, obviously Cyborg and everybody's having little speeches. You get Superman doing the same thing, ripping off the shirt, and then we get
keeping his black suit.
Yes, I actually like that too. I'm like, because I was expecting the red and blue, and I was like, oh, we get the black. Cool. I love it. And so we get the epilogue, which many people are saying the epilogue is basically like any and all post-credit scenes that he had in mind. He's just like, here, just have them all. Just have them. Like.
Which I'm happy.
Yeah, because obviously, like, this movie, it's not guaranteed that we're going to get any type of sequel. There's never said anything about any type of sequel. If anything, Snyder has said that this is my version and this is all it's going to be. Nothing outside of that. So basically with these epilogue scenes outside of, from the movie, is basically like just him showing us what he wanted to show us.
I really hope not, though. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I really hope not. I really do hope the studio is like, fuck, we fucked up. Let's get this guy back.
Oh, believe me.
Let's get this guy back. Let's give him the freedom he wants to do at least maybe 1-2 more movies. I know there's supposed to be at least like 3 more movies.
Well, there was supposed to be 3 in total. So like this one and then the next one and the next one. Yeah, there's supposed to be 3 in total. So 2 more. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm good too. Like, I'm really, part of me is like really hoping, like, just make these HBO Max exclusives. Like, please, my God, like, you're gonna get all the love in the world if you give Zack Snyder full fucking range on doing this shit. And I guarantee you, Ben Affleck will come back in fucking fit form. Everybody's gonna come back on their A game. Like, fuck. But yes, we get the first epilogue, scene. It's the post-credit scene we got from the original one with Deathstroke, Joe Manganiello. And there's always, before the movie came out, there was rumors that he was going to be playing Deathstroke. There was also, and it was out there that during the time of this movie was filming, Ben Affleck was supposed to...
Well, Ben Affleck was already starting filming.
Yeah, pre-production.
He was doing pre-production. He was doing screen tests.
Screen tests, yeah, for his Batman movie, because he's going to direct his own Batman movie. So, we get Joe Manganiello, and then we get Lex Luthor. Obviously, he's escaped from Arkham, and
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, cool. Cool. This pretty much sets up that what was supposed to be that Batman Ben Affleck movie. It's like, oh, if you want the Batman, then here's some information you want. His name is Bruce Wayne. He's like, I will have a drink.
Whereas in the Whedon version, it was them setting up like the Injustice League.
Yeah, I'm just like, really?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Nah, brah.
Nah, brah.
So then, right after that, you know, it's basically the same scene, just different dialogue. Right after that, we just jumped right into the nightmare sequence, which the nightmare sequence was first seen in BVS when he's dreaming. He sees Flash, and Flash is coming from the future, telling him like Lois is the key.
Lois is the key. Am I too late or am I too early?
And he goes, am I too soon?
Yeah, too soon.
I'm too soon. Which I love that scene. I was like, okay,
Yeah, I really
cool.
loved it. It was, I mean, it was like a bit creepy, but like fucking badass at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
what? I was like, ooh, what the fuck? You're like, no shit. Like,
I remember that was the first like kind of like tease of Darkseid when you see the Omega symbol. I'm like, oh shit, Darkseid. And then so like this one is just like, and many people were saying like, okay, maybe it's an alternate reality, maybe it's maybe it's just a dream, you know, maybe it is.
it could be a dream, or it could be an alternate universe of, you know, a different timeline.
Yeah.
As it was kind of mentioned in it.
Yeah, because which was interesting is that we get Batman. Obviously, it's in a dystopian future, apocalyptic future. We get Batman. You know, he's with Cyborg, he's with the Flash, and he's with Mira. I was like, Mira, what the fuck? And then, and he's with Deathstroke, Joe Manganiello. Mira's like, I want to kill Superman for what he did to Arthur. And so we're like, okay.
Well, we don't know who she's really talking about, because also remember, in the middle of the movie, Cyborg, Cyborg has the vision also, and it shows Darkseid
killing
Aquaman, and then the fucking
Wonder Woman.
Well, no, the Wonder Woman's already.
Oh,
dead,
the Omega beams.
The Omega beams.
Yes.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
It was like,
that was in the other trailer too. They did show the Omega beams, but yeah, and then they show Wonder Woman, she's dead, and just like so you kind of.
So I'm glad I did not watch that second trailer. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't.
See, so you kind of get a, and also in the second trailer they showed that.
And that's like my favorite part. Like, it's like,
and then you know, like. Man, like, I was just super excited when we got those images of Jared Leto as Joker, you know, coming in, and I was like, okay, like, and like, we saw him in the trailer, and I was like, okay, it's going to be in the nightmare scene. And tell me why the whole movie, and I hated this, the whole movie, I was like, okay, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Is it happening now? Wait, they're already fighting. Wait, it's already over?
I'm not going to lie. I had to kind of go back the next day and watch from when Superman came back and was on the farm, and he was talking to Lois and his mom, and said that they brought me back for a reason.
Yeah.
And I had to go back to that scene, because after that scene, I was falling in and out of sleep, because this was already like 1 in the fucking morning. And when I woke up, Steppenwolf was already missing one of his horns. I was like, what the fuck? What did I miss? It's like, son of a bitch, what did I miss? And I didn't want to rewind, because I was like, damn, dude, it's already 1 in the morning. I just got to power through the rest of it. And I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, and then all the other shit started happening. I was like, wait, weren't we supposed to get the Joker? Like, did I miss it? Like, dude, what the fuck? And then it jumps to the
epilogue,
to the Lex Luthor and Deathstroke scene. I was like, okay, well, there's that scene again, and then jumps to, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. I was like,
I know. I remember. I was like, epilogue. I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. And I was like waiting for that. Oh, we live in a society, like, and it's just like, nope, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. But dude, like, and okay, there is something that takes away from me, but I'll get to it in a little while. But like, just the fact that we finally see Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker, like, interacting face to face.
And they didn't interact that much in
at all.
Suicide Squad.
I mean, he was chasing him. He was on his car. That's about it. But no face to face.
Yeah, no face to face. No.
And so like
dialogue.
I was like, yes, and like, and I remember you the first thing you text me, you're like, I love that last scene. You're like, that Jared Leto, it like redeemed himself, and I was like, yeah, I love it. I fucking love it. Like, I mean, we've watched it how many times already? Like, you know, we're just like.
So I know, like, one thing on your arm, you have a lot of Jokers on yours. You have the Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna do the Jared Leto one, but I'm gonna do that one with that smile, that creepy one.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. Like, it's so creepy. It was like, oh, God, that's fucking badass.
Yeah, like, he just starts spewing Joker lines and talking about fucking dead Robins. And I'm just like, oh, he's touching all the nerves right now. He's just like, adopted sons. And I'm like, oh, you fucking.
But I like it because both of them are touching nerves.
Yo, yes!
Because even Batman himself was like,
when
you want to talk about it? When Harley Quinn was dying in my arms. It's like.
And he even says they're like.
With her last breath, she told me that when I kill you, and believe me,
I will fucking kill you. Oh, yes! I remember, like, leading up to the movie, like, people, like, as Zack Snyder said, like, oh, yeah, the movie's rated R. Because there's one scene where Batman says the F word, and people are like, Batman says the F word, like, oh, it's gonna be so forced.
He kind of threw the F word a few times.
Yeah, because Cyborg's like, fuck the world. I'm like, oh my. Like, but with Ben Affleck, like, that line just came off so, like, organically and so, like, like, forced. Like, oh, believe me, I will fucking kill you. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then like Jared just like, I told you, I was like, he starts like doing this thing. I'm like, wait, what's going on right now? I'm like, oh, he's losing his shit. But he's just like, you're good. You're good. You're good. You almost got me. And he starts doing that laugh. I love it. Like, it's so turned up to 12, but like, I love that about it. Like, like, I know people are still complaining.
Yeah, I know.
I read comments and people are like, I still can't get behind Jared Leto's Joker. Like, that ship has sailed. Oh, he still sucks. I'm like, fuck you. Like, yeah, I mean, be open minded, bro.
I even had a friend of mine that asked him, like, dude, what do you think about the Joker? And he's like, he's still trying to collaborate. Like, he's still trying to mix in, like, Heath Ledger's with Mark Hamill's animated Joker. And
like, if anything, like, again, I know we just watched that movie a couple weeks ago.
No, but I'm just saying, I was just like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I think he did good. I think, I mean, like I told you, I think, in my opinion, I really do think he redeemed himself, and it came out a lot better. One thing I wanted to point out real quick, though, too, is that I know one thing that people were concerned about or questioning was like, okay, why doesn't he not have his tattoos and this and that? In my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, well, this is an alternate universe. This is like something different. So maybe like during this timeline, something changed.
Yeah, because even Deathstroke has red and blue and black armor, and he has like the mohawk. Like, he doesn't look the same. Like, would he get a fucking haircut for the apocalypse? You know, like, it's obviously an alternate timeline.
Shit, dude, the apocalypse happening. We gotta get a fucking mohawks.
And Joker even says it like, how many alternate timelines, you know, do you, like, he says something like, because you just don't want to die, you know? Yeah. Like, I'm like, ooh, like, he's spitting some truth right now.
So I'm kind of like good with what we've been talking about,
dude. Like, again, like, coming out of this movie, I was just like, yes, like, thank you, Zack Snyder. Thank you, Zack Snyder. Fuck Warner Brothers. Thank you, Zack Snyder, for giving me the movie that I wanted. Like, I hated 2017's Justice League. I love this one. I love it so much. Now, the rewatching ability is going to be kind of weird because it's 4 hours long.
Yeah.
I'll watch it in parts.
Skip through.
Yeah, I'll skip through parts. Maybe every now and then I watch it from beginning to end, but yeah. I absolutely love this fucking movie. And you know, I love it, and I know you love it too. But yes, guys, that's been this camera's died, so we're on this camera right now. So what's going on? This has been Geek and Drinking episode 52. For those of y'all who just recap, Pinthouse Pizza Electric Jellyfish Hazy IPA 5.6, delicious. Finally, we got the Brutzer at 5.2. It's not a seltzer, it's a beer, and it's delicious, low in calories. And we got the Milkshake Strawberry IPA coming in at 6.5. Really fucking good. Does not have that aftertaste of the IPA. It comes out really smooth. from Künstlers and from Pinthouse. Guys, thank you for joining us, and hope you guys have watched the movie and watched Falcon Winter Soldier. Leave a comment down below. Follow us on Instagram. Find us on Spotify. If you're on the go, you can listen to us all in there. If you can see Steven right now, he really has to go pee. So for Steven, I'm Eddie, and this is Geekers and Drinking. We'll see you guys later. Cheers.